Yo guys, and welcome back towards this new video here on the channel. On today's video, I will be going over Bitcoin and Ethereum, and I do think Bitcoin is absolutely going to be moving big today. And on today's video, I will be explaining this to you guys out there as well. I will be going over an indicator that is right now suggesting that the Bitcoin bull market is back. So make sure to watch till the end of this video to find out about all these important details and all these important analysis that we will be discussing with you guys here on this channel. So with that being said, guys, let's jump right away in towards the content. So yesterday we can see Bitcoin moved up over the course of the night here, but once again got rejected by our previous resistance slash support zone here. You can see another rejection was getting emerged, and I've been already warning you guys since the beginning of the weekend. I personally think Bitcoin is going to see a little bit of a sideways consolidation phase here over the course of the weekend. And right now it's Monday, and I do think Bitcoin is going to be absolutely moved big here. And of course, talking about why I do think Bitcoin is going to be moving big, I will be doing so in a few minutes from now on. Of course, what we can see as well, if we're going to look at the Bitcoin 1 hour trend line here, we can see we broke this very important trend line towards the downside. Then we got faked out once again towards the downside. So I don't really think it is right now showing the right significance. However, we have been starting to form a higher high on the 1 hour time frame. What is definitely suggesting right now, there is definitely strength in this market. Right now, what I do want to be seeing here in order to be flipping bullish is a break above that 47k region. If we do break above it, we are going to be looking bullish for the coming week probably. And of course, if we do break bearish over here, we are going to look bearish for the coming week as well. So pretty important on how the market is right now going to develop itself. And of course, if we do break bullish, we are going to see that more upside getting created from off that point here onwards. Then, of course, going further in towards the analysis, I'm really starting to talk about why I do think Bitcoin is absolutely going to be moving big here, is that 4-hourly time frame on Bitcoin. You can see this support line has been a crazy critical important support line, and of course, as long as Bitcoin is going to hold on towards this support line, I will be definitely still a little bit more bullish on Bitcoin, because yeah, this is a very important level of support that is so far holding us up very well here. Of course, we can see as well downward sloping trend line is getting emerged from the highs here, and this is so far holding us back massively, and this is really the thing that is really not helping us to be breaking out right here right now. So what I do expect is that Bitcoin is going to be creating such a major breakout here within the coming 20 to 16 hours ahead of itself. So yes, I do think Bitcoin is going to be absolutely explode today. And usually what we do know as well from symmetrical triangles is that usually Bitcoin tends to be breaking out before reaching its apex. So right now I do expect that in the coming, let's say 16 hours, I think already earlier, we are going to see that explosion on the price action. And it's either going to be a massive breakdown here and come down towards levels of 44,000 US dollars, or it is either going to be a massive breakout bullish and of course increase the price back towards these higher regions. Of course, if Bitcoin as well is going to be managing to be breaking above that previous high, the 48.2k, I personally think things can start to get very excited and things can start to go absolutely parabolic back towards the upside. So yeah, what is going to be crucial for me right now to see is a break above that 48,000 US dollar region for Bitcoin. And as soon as we do that, yeah, things can start to move up exponentially as well. Looking at the CME future chart, we can currently see we have not created a CME gap over the course of the weekend. I mean, yes, we did create a CME gap over the course of the weekend, but like you can see, we already filled up the CME gap. So Bitcoin is actually looking pretty strong for this week. Last week's CME gap already got filled. This week's CME gap got filled. So right now, this week has clear room to move here. I'm not necessarily anticipating, okay, we have to come down for this gap or whatsoever. So yeah, we are definitely still looking a little bit more neutral on Bitcoin if we're just purely looking at the CME future chart. As well, looking at the daily chart for Bitcoin, we can clearly see consolidation. Consolidation has been playing out for Bitcoin. Bitcoin moved up exponentially. Right now it's consolidating, preparing itself for the next rally up, right? We're seeing a shift between maybe short-term to long-term holders, and that is currently what we're seeing. We're seeing enough volume coming towards the market, but basically going sideways. So it's basically a shift from the long-term from the short-term holders to the long-term holders, from the people that actually do not really are interested in holding Bitcoin are right now selling off. So I personally think we are once again preparing ourselves for a massive rally towards the upside, and I do think that all-time highs are yet still to become for Bitcoin over here, and it is definitely looking very strong right now. So I am still going to hold tight here. I am definitely extremely bullish about Bitcoin right here. I do think on the longer term being bearish on Bitcoin is already a stupid thing to do so, and right now we are just preparing for that next rally up here. Of course, what is going to be that important factor for Bitcoin on the daily time frame is definitely that break above that 48,000 region. You know, the 48,000 US dollar region previously around provided very strong resistance as well. Over here you can see some significance getting created, and basically what the most important part about it is basically the previous high on this market. And what you always want to be seeing in uptrends is that Bitcoin is going to take out these previous highs here, and if Bitcoin is going to be managing to take out the previous high, we are just going to look for these newer prices on the higher side. So it is going to be important for Bitcoin to break above that 48,000 US dollars with a daily close, with a 4-hourly close, and that is going to be leading towards that continuation towards the upside. Now, looking at one of the most bullish charts here, it is going to be that weekly time frame for Bitcoin. We can see the bull market support band, a well-known indicator I've been talking about quite a lot here. Last time around, we flipped bullish on the bull market support band. We surged up towards new all-time highs within approximately 100 days afterwards, 77 days afterwards. What was absolutely crazy from that point, and the time we crossed bullish before that, yeah, it happened in the March 2020 pandemic crash year, and we all know what happened after that. Bitcoin, of course, absolutely skyrocketed towards the upside. Right now, once again, we are seeing another bullish crossover for the Bitcoin weekly chart. This is, of course, an extremely bullish signal we're currently getting here, and we can already see the shift of trend, right? Here you can see Bitcoin trades in a downtrend, and here you right now can see Bitcoin is trading in an uptrend. And of course, such kind of a bull market support band is basically going to give you a clear direction on whether the bottom is in on this market, because, yeah, catching the exact bottom for Bitcoin is always going to be hard. You never know exactly when Bitcoin is going to be bottoming out. Is it on 33K? Is it on 38K? You never know exactly. But what this bull market support band is basically telling you, it's a lagging indicator, but it does clearly give you a direction whether a trend is going to start to be reversing. And right now, we are seeing the trend start to reverse, so I do think this is definitely a good time for accumulation. As well, we can see the bull market, the EMA ribbon on the weekly time frame also flipped bullish over here. We crossed above it, we closed above it, came down, retested successfully, and we're starting to curve back up towards the higher time frames as well. And that is also a very bullish signal and a very bullish indication for this market. Of course, on the daily time frame, we can see that we recently had a bullish crossover on the EMA ribbon. What is also a pretty significant bullish signal on the market, because the last time we did get that bullish crossover on the daily time frame, we moved up more than, let me say this correctly, 59% in the following 40 days afterwards. So right now, actually, I am once again expecting similar price movements towards the upside. And of course, if we're purely going to be recognizing the Bitcoin market structure we're currently creating here, of course, let me first analyze this here. We broke above previous resistance here as well. We broke above previous. Here we didn't broke above previous resistance yet here, but like you can see, we broke above it with an exponential movement. Then we start to consolidate once again here. You start to consolidate after that exponential movement, and then you're preparing for basically another leg up here. And right now, Bitcoin is basically doing the same here. We broke out with an exponential way towards the upside, like you can see over here. We broke out exponentially, and then consolidated and moved up further. So right now we're seeing similar consolidation phases, and we can start to be moving up further towards the upside once again over here. Then looking at the funding rates for Bitcoin, we are looking pretty much bullish on Bitcoin right now here. I'm currently saying that because the funding rates are still massively negative across the border, and as well, especially what I think it's important, on a lot of altcoins, we're also seeing a lot of short orders getting activated. So once a lot of altcoins and Bitcoin, of course, and Ethereum are getting massively shorted, it usually means that we are having a more likely possibility to see a short squeeze across the border. So right now we can see Binance is negative because everything below the 0.01 is negative, and means that there's more short order in the market can right now be considered as bullish. And since Binance is bullish, since Bybit is bullish, FTX most importantly, because FTX, Binance, and Bybit are the three largest crypto leverage trading exchanges, and since those are all bullish, I do think that we should stay on the more bullish edge today as well here. So yes, if we're really going to talk about that huge move today, it is going to be rather be moved towards the upside, since there's still a lot of short orders in this market. And as long as everyone is going to keep shorting the pump, I personally think we are going to be moving up towards that next level. Then looking at my trades, you can currently see here, I've got this 76% trade here open in profit. And of course, I've got another trade, but that trade is of course on another account here. Of course, if you do want to be staying up to date about the other trade, that is of course also opened. And that is probably going to be an absolutely massive trade, because I am having that trade open out of anticipation of this massive breakout here that's about to come here. Make sure to check out here my Telegram in the link description. If you do check the Telegram, you can stay up to date about all the trades I'm going to take here with you guys to get on the market. And I'm also doing a $50,000 towards $100,000 challenge. And I'm going to take you guys through the journey on how I do make money in that challenge and how I do take my trades, how do I take my losses. Because yes, we don't always win, but of course, in the end of the road trip we take with that trading account, we are going to be making profits. But of course, it's a bumpy road towards the upside. So check that out. And of course, if you do want to be trading, check out Bybit in the link in the description, because Bybit is offering you that $4,800 deposit bonus if you do use my link in the description. Then let's talk about Ethereum. I mean, man, oh man, first of all, we were just looking at the funding rates where we saw Ethereum was over leveraged towards the downside. What you can see over here, just look at Ethereum, how much money is getting used to short this market. That is already pretty interesting to see. And besides that, Ethereum is moving exponentially towards the upside. So once again, the Ethereum pump is currently getting shorted. And I have said it several times before, as long as the pump's getting shorted, we are going to start to look a little bit more bullish across these markets. So right now, we do know Ethereum broke bullish, of course, of this very strong resistance zone here, flipped it into support, moved up further towards the upside, and most importantly, it's taking up massive valuations against Bitcoin, what we have been anticipating across this market. And we can right now see that we are starting to gain more and more and more from that valuation against Bitcoin. So Ethereum is looking very strong here. It's still getting massively shorted, and that is why I do think there's going to be an even bigger squeeze here. And if we are going to compare Ethereum against Bitcoin, we are expecting that the short squeeze on Ethereum could be a little bit more significant, since there is more leverage getting used to short that market out of Ethereum right here. So it is starting to look very interesting for Ethereum right now. And of course, if Bitcoin breaks that $48,000 region, I wouldn't be surprised to see Ethereum come up towards $4,000 very quickly afterwards. And of course, the $4,000, to be very clear, is going to be one of the most critical resistances to be breaking on this market. First of all, it's a psychological level resistance, but second of all, it's a very strong horizontal previous resistance / support zone, what I do want to be breaking above here. So major target for Ethereum to break is going to be the $4,000, and we are definitely going to be aiming for that target. So that was it already for today's update video. Hopefully you do enjoy it. If you do enjoy it, don't forget to smash up that like button, subscribe to the channel, and of course consider smashing up that bell notification to stay always up to date once we do post a new update video. And of course, if there's going to be any market volatility, I will be trying to be the first one out there on YouTube that is going to be dropping out the video. Nevertheless, guys, make sure to also check out my socials, my Twitter, my Instagram. You can find all the links in the description. And of course, don't forget to join my Telegram group to stay up to date about all my trades I do take on this market. So guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.